Manchester United 2, Arsenal 3. Paulo, how are you feeling after that game?
Well, I'm quite disappointed, I'm not going to lie. I think that for 70 minutes we were pretty good. I think the whole team deserved a bit more in that game, but when you look at the last 20 minutes, I feel like, look, we just played park the bus football. But like you said, if you're going to play park the bus football, I think we needed Ten Hag to just bring on another defensive player. That's what we missed. If we were playing for the draw, bring on another defender, maybe bring on Malacia, go to a back five. But look, everyone's been saying it, Garnacho. I thought we needed Garnacho there. We needed another pacey outlet, put Rashford onto the striker position. It would have just allowed Eriksen and Bruno to get a bit more involved. I mean, in the last 20 minutes, we were just defending. And I think at that point, should he have taken off Anthony? I don't know, maybe he should have just taken off Eriksen straight away. And then it would have just allowed Bruno to just get more involved, and it's just a lot of things now. There are a few things I'm thinking about. Maybe you could have bring on Malacia into midfield. Maybe be a bit more proactive. We haven't seen it, but, a disappointment, really.
Yeah, disappointing. Obviously, 1-1 going into half-time. Mm-hmm. What do you make of Bruno Fernandes' performance? I think he's one player that's gone under the radar for this game.
I think he went missing, to be honest with you. I think in the first half, he was quite active. He was saying some of his passing, taking too long on the ball. But for the most part, he was missing. Sometimes I forgot he was even in the game. I think we noticed him a lot more in the defensive side of things, more so than in the attacking. I think that a couple of passes, he was taking too long on the ball, kept getting dispossessed. I think that we noticed him a lot more when it came to interceptions, tackles, trying to regain back possession of the ball. But going forward, I think he went missing.
I mean, he did have an assist,
mm-hmm.
the Rashford goal. But in terms of creativity, did you struggle to find anything in that Manchester United midfield today? What was not working or what was working?
I think, like I said, 60, 65 minutes we were playing quite well. I think it was a 50-50 game. At times it looked like pinball football. We just kept losing the ball and getting it back, losing the ball, getting it back. And I think, look, Arsenal, the press was a struggle at times. I think at times in tight spaces we struggled at times to get the ball out of our feet, which we've actually improved on this season. I think last season we really struggled with being pressed in tight spaces. But in this game we kind of struggled. Saka was a danger man against Shaw. I think at times Shaw, he was just inviting him way too deep into our box, and then it was just allowing Saka to just get a pass into the box, into a different player, and then it was just leading to corners and corners. They had at least 10 corners in the game, and it showed. I mean, Luke Shaw was inviting a lot of pressure from Saka, and I think that was what let us down at times. I think Wan-Bissaka loses concentration for, I think, the first goal we conceded. And yeah, it was just poor. It was just moments that could have been avoided. We said it on stream, moments that could have been avoided, that could have maybe got us a win in the end. I think for the last 20 minutes, we look, they were the better team, really, when you look at the whole game. But for 60 minutes, we deserved a bit more, I reckon.
Obviously, Casemiro's absence today, McTominay came in. Would you have gone with Fred to start the game rather than McTominay? Or how do you feel like McTominay even performed for the 90 minutes?
I think McTominay, he done what he kind of needed to do. Look, he's never going to replicate what Casemiro can do. I think one thing that people don't recognise a lot, I mean, we do, because we watch and we recognise what his strong parts of his game are, but he can be creative as well. Casemiro, he's a rock when it comes to protecting the back four and interceptions and tackles and the physicality of his game. But he's got a great long ball on him. He can be creative as well. And that's what I admire about him. But McTominay, he doesn't really have that in his game. He's more of a, energetic, tackles. He's almost like a Fred, just a bigger version of Fred. But then again, Fred, here and there, does have a worldy ball on him. But McTominay doesn't really. I don't really see that in his game. I think he had an okay game. He got some good clearances, interceptions, tackles. But Casemiro, not just the physicality and the defensive side of the game that we missed, but I think his creativity as well, I think we missed. Because Bruno and Eriksen didn't really have that many passes where you think, we could have gotten something out of there, And I think at times Anthony was another player. The final ball was poor. It was either two behind or two in front, and then we just kept getting dispossessed.
Marcus Rashford, obviously 17 goals this season in all competitions. How important is he to Manchester United's attacking line and just the goals that are coming from this United team?
I think he's our most important player right now with Casemiro. I think right now on this form, you can't stop him. I mean, you see it, the skillfulness, the pace. He's almost unstoppable. You saw it today. I mean, like we said in the stream, you said it, if Garnacho comes on and he's going, well, Ben White came off eventually, but I think Garnacho either way, just like Rashford, again, pacey, unpredictable, and on this form, Rashford, he's one of our most important players. The goals are coming from him. Mostly him. And I think from last season, the progression I've seen from this player is unbelievable. And we criticised him last season. We said he was poor. Of course, he came back from an injury. But right now, he's probably our most important player with Casemiro.
And obviously, Erik ten Hag's game management is, a lot of fans, I think, are questioning it. What do you think about it in terms of his lack of substitutions going into the second half, the late second half?
Yeah, I mean, I find it a bit weird because a lot of times this season, we've seen him bring on Garnacho for at least 20 minutes, and he doesn't do it in this game. I think that was what was missing. We've seen a lot of times where Rashford gets into that number 9 position, Garnacho on the left, and that unpredictability in his game and the ability to just change direction so quickly is what we were missing. Rashford was tired at that point. Garnacho would have offered us that explosiveness, the change in direction, the quickness of that. And I think that it was kind of surprising he didn't bring him on. He wasn't even warming up. Elanga was warming up, Palestri, but none of them came on. So I was quite surprised with that. But you know what? He's made a lot of great decisions that we've kind of had to not criticize, but be like, is that the right decision in that moment, in that game? Times this season we've said it, and it's tended to work out. So I don't want to bang on it too much, but I think this may have lost us the game.
It may have lost us the game. And last question, title race still on?
Yeah, I think mathematically it's there, but I think, again, I'll just keep saying what everyone else say. Mathematically it's there, but I think when you look at the squad depth, it's not there. It's not there, Mina. I've said it in the beginning of the season. We've all said it. Delow's not here, so only Wan-Bissaka. You see it, if Delow was playing in this game, it would have been a lot better for Waycross. More crosses into the box. He would have got himself in more attacking positions. Wan-Bissaka, again, he's a bit better. He's a bit better going forward, but he's still not the man you need when it comes to that part of the game. So squad depth will cost us. We can't compete to get first in the league, but top 4 is a big achievement.
Top 4, big achievement for Ten Hag.